taste of our tribe. So one of our best food that we prepare in our tribe is called in our local dialect as ebokple, ble, abobini paetadi. So I want to show you the ingredient that I'll be using to prepare this delicious food. So those are the ingredients. So I'll be using this is the abobi, this is the nipaye, and also I'll be using this ginger. I also use this local pepper. I'll grind it, I'll wash it and grind it. I'll also use garlic, and I also use this onion, and I also use green pepper, fresh tomatoes, and also use this red oil. This is it. And also use salt, and also use scripts. This is how it is. So, and I also use local tin tomatoes. This is how local tin tomatoes. So those are the ingredients that I will be using for the stew. So when it comes to the ewokple, I'll use the corn flour. This is how the corn flour is, and also salt. I'll use the salt and water. So those are the ingredients that I will be using for the food. And so this is the abobi. So I'm frying it without oil. So this is how we fry it. Make sure you are stirring inside so that it's not burnt. So I'll fry for only 8 minutes, and make sure you do it very well. You stir it well. So this is how it is. So this is how I fry the abobi. So I'm blending the tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes, onion, the pepper, ginger, and garlic. Yes, so I've started the stew. I added the oil and I'm adding small of the onion to the oil. So that's it. So now I want to add the local tin tomatoes to the oil. So I'll add it and stir it. Then I'll stir it to make it very, very raw. Then I will leave it to be cooked for some time, for some minutes. So even though it's a stew, but it's not a thick stew, it won't be like a thick stew. So I have to add some water to it so that it will not be very, very thick. It will be a little bit light. And I add more water to it. Then I will add a little bit salt to it. Since the abobi, when they dry it, they add salt to it. So I'll add only small salt for now to the stew, so that it won't be salty. So I add it, and then I'll cover it for the water to boil for some time. Then I cover it. So now I want to add the fresh tomato, the blended fresh tomatoes, and the onion to it. So I'll stir it so that the under will not burn. Then I'll add the blended to it. Then I'll stir it stir it to mix it very well. Try and mix it very well. And mix it very well. Mix it very well. Make sure it is well mixed. It is well mixed. It is well mixed. Then you cover it and let it cook for some minutes. So now I want to add a little bit of the squid to the stew broth. Make it so tasty and so nice. And then I will stir it very well. Stir it very well. Then since the nipaye, as the previous, is a little bit harder than the abobi, the anchovies, then I will add the nipaye to the stew first before the abobi. So at this moment I want to add it up. I'm adding it up. So as I'm done, I will stir it a little bit. As you can see. After that, I'll cover it for only 2 minutes. Then I'll add the abobi to it. Now I want to add the abobi, the anchovies to it. So now it's washed. We have to wash it so well. I wash it 2 times, and the 3rd time I make sure it's very clean and there's no sand inside. Then there's it. Then I will add it up to the stew. So this is it. And make sure you stir it up. It's very up. Make sure. So that is it. I add all the abobi that I have. I add everything. So this is how it is. Then now I'll have to cover it small for 2 minutes and then taste and see how it is. Cover it up. So now I open it, I stir it very well, then I add my ginger and the garlic to it. Yes, this food will be very delicious. So I stir it very well, very well. Very well. Now I stir it, you still cover it for a few minutes. So now after the few minutes I leave it to boil. Then now the stew is ready. My local bobby is ready now. So I have to now off the gas, then I take it out from the fire. So I will start preparing the eggplant. So this is the water I fetch in a pot. Then I put it on the cylinder. I on the fire on it. Then I'll cover it for it to boil. So whilst I cover it, I first more of the corn flour here. I'll fetch water on it and mix it so that when the water boils, then I will pour it in. So I will now take out the cover. Then I will taste the stew and see whether the salt, everything is okay. I'll taste it, and if it's not okay, then I will add. If the salt is not okay, I have to add the salt. So I taste it and I realize that the salt is not okay. I need to add a little of the salt to make it tasty, but not over. Not over. Then I stir it. When I stir it, since the food is almost cooked, then I will add the onion and the green pepper that I chop. The onion and green pepper that I chop, then I will add it to the stew. I'll add it to the stew. So I'll now add it up. I'll not add it. I'll not add it. I add the green pepper also. So I add it. Then I stir it. So you could see how the stew will be like. Adobe, pie, everything is inside, local. So I will leave it for only 2 minutes. Then it is ready. So I'll check and see whether the water is boiling. So as you can see, the water is ready and is boiling. So I'll add the corn flour that I mixed with water. So you see how it's like. So this is it. I'm pouring it on it. So when I'm done, I'll stir it. Because I need very small of the water. I need very small. That's why the water is small like this. Okay, because I need small. So that's like. So I stir it. Then and I'll add the salt. I'll add the salt to it, and then I'll stir it. So now I have to cover it and make sure it boils and cook very well. Because if you are in a hurry and you did not cook it very well, when you cook the food will not be nice. It won't be nice. It may spoil soon. But if it's cooked, it's well cooked. This one has boiled very well. Then after you finish the food, you will see that the apple is very nice. And when you keep it for some time, it will not spoil. So now I'll cover it up for it to boil and cook very well before I add the corn flour to it. And so now it is well cooked. The mixture, I can see that it is well cooked. So now I'll add the corn flour to it. So here we go. Adding the corn flour to it. So as I add the corn flour, make sure I see it. You need to do it very well and be fast with it. Do it very well, otherwise the food will become chaka. So So you need to do it very, very well. Take your time, stir it up very well, very well. If I see that it's hard, then I have to hold it strongly, and then I hold it strongly. Then I have to make sure I cook it very, very well. So this is how it is. The cooking is cook it very well. So when you see that it's very hard, it is too hard for you, then you touch it and see if it's too hard for you, then you can add a little water. Or if it's okay, you make sure you mix it very well, then you can cover it and then for some time. But if you realize that it's hard, so for me, I want it very soft, so I'll add a little water to it and cover it for it to boil. So as you can see, I add the water to it. So I still want to add more of the water to it. So I cover it up. So now I have to take out the cover. Then I'll now have to stir it. So look at it. So this is how it is. It is now very soft for me. Now very soft for me. Then now I'll cover it for the last time so that the water that I pour in, the water goes in well. Then I pour it in a plate. So now the food is ready. You can see it's ready and ready to be eaten. I wish someone will be here to enjoy the food. It is very delicious. So this food, as you can see, there's no cassava dough in the eggplant. It's very good. There's no carbohydrates. It's very good for the body. And for the abobida is the anchovies. It's rich in proteins, calories, and fat. The protein level is very high. It's very good for the body. It gives the body so many essential health benefits. And it also prevents the risk of getting some kind of cancer. So it's good though. You need to enjoy it. The apple pie and so delicious. Wow. I'm enjoying it, Papa. I'm enjoying it. It is very good for the body.